Summer is supposed to be simple. Long days, warm nights, the sound of waves crashing, and hearts that feel too big for our chests. But sometimes summer is where everything changes, where love feels like the most beautiful dream, and heartbreak cuts deeper than anything else. This is not just another summer story. This is the summer when choices can break people apart, or bring them closer than ever. The air is heavy with the sound of the ocean, steady and endless, as if it knows every secret kept inside the walls of the old beach house. It is a place filled with laughter, late-night confessions, and the kind of memories that refuse to fade away. Belly steps back into this world, but something feels different this time. The days are warmer, the silences are louder, and every moment is stretched tight like a string waiting to snap. This is the last summer that feels like it belongs to all of them. They know it, even if they do not say it out loud. The house is more than just wood and paint. It is a witness to the fragile love triangle that has grown over the years, a reminder that every smile and every glance carries more weight than it should. For Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah, this is not just a return to the beach. It is a return to every promise made, every tear hidden, and every choice that could shape the rest of their lives. Belly remembers her first summer of change, when everything shifted, when she first began to see herself differently, and when both Conrad and Jeremiah began to see her in new ways too. That memory still lingers like the smell of salt in the air. But now things have grown more complicated. The feelings are not new anymore. They are deeper, heavier, filled with questions of who she really is and who she really loves. The laughter that once came so easily now feels strained. The moments that should be lighthearted carry shadows. There are secrets hanging in the air, and no matter how hard they try, no one can ignore them anymore. Conrad carries his silence like armor. Jeremiah tries to fill the spaces with warmth, and Belly is caught between the two, searching for the truth that will set her heart free. This summer is the final chapter, and it begins with a quiet storm. The storm is not in the sky, but in their hearts. The waves still rise and fall. The sun still sets in a blaze of color. But everything feels fragile, like glass that could shatter with a single word. Each step they take in this house, on this beach, is a step closer to answers they may not be ready to face. The final summer has begun, and nothing will ever be the same again. The beach house does not feel like the same place it once was. Every corner carries echoes of summers past, but now those echoes are louder, almost haunting. Belly walks through the rooms and feels how time has pressed itself into the walls. What used to be filled with laughter now feels like a reminder of everything she must decide. The innocence of the early summers is gone, replaced by a heaviness that no one wants to admit. Jeremiah still looks at her with the same warmth, the kind that could light up even the darkest days. His eyes tell her he is ready to fight for her, to stay by her side no matter what storms come. But even his smile carries questions now. Will his love be enough? Or will it always feel like a shadow cast by someone else? He tries to hold on to the joy they once shared, but he can feel how the weight of her choices slips between them. Conrad, on the other hand, stands at a distance. His silence speaks louder than words. His every glance a storm that Belly cannot escape. With him, love feels like the ocean itself. Wild, unpredictable, sometimes tender and sometimes cruel. There is a part of her that will always be tied to him, no matter how hard she tries to deny it. But loving Conrad has always meant heartbreak, and she wonders if she is strong enough to face that pain again. Between the two of them, Belly feels trapped in a tide she cannot control. Every decision pulls her in a different direction. Every memory of what was and what could be weighs heavily on her chest. She is no longer the girl who only dreamed of summer romance. She is a young woman faced with choices that could change not just her life, but the lives of the two brothers who have always been part of her heart. Outside, the waves crash as if they know the battle she is fighting. Each one rolls in with the sound of questions that refuse to fade. Who do you love? Who do you need? Who will you choose? The summer sun burns brighter. The nights grow longer. But beneath the beauty of it all, there is a storm brewing that no one can stop. This is not just about love anymore. This is about growing up, about facing truths that hurt, and about deciding which path will lead to happiness and which will leave scars that last forever. Belly knows she cannot keep both brothers close without breaking them apart. She knows this summer will demand answers, no matter how much she wants to run from them. The beach house is no longer only a home filled with memories. It has become a place of decision, a place where hearts will be tested, and where one choice will echo far beyond the final summer. The sun dips lower in the sky, painting the ocean in gold, but inside the house the warmth does not reach everyone. Conversations that should feel easy are broken by silences that stretch too long. The bond that once made the three of them inseparable now feels fragile, like a rope that has been pulled too tightly for too many summers. Jeremiah tries to keep the peace, but even his laughter feels forced. He can sense what lingers in the air between Belly and Conrad, the way their eyes meet and turn away too quickly, the weight of words never spoken. He has spent years trying to prove that love can be steady, that it does not need to break someone apart. Yet here he stands, watching the girl he loves hesitate every time her heart is pulled in another direction. Conrad stays in the shadows of the house, but his silence is not empty. It is full of everything he cannot say, full of the hurt he has carried, and full of the love he has never been able to let go of. When he finally speaks, the words come out sharper than he intends. They cut through the room, leaving Jeremiah tense, Belly quiet, and the space between them heavier than ever. Conrad has never been good at saying what he feels, but the truth always manages to slip out when the walls close in. The tension grows with each passing day. Small moments that once meant nothing now feel like battles. A glance across the dinner table, a touch of the hand on the beach, a late-night walk that leaves one of them waiting. None of it can be ignored anymore. The brothers are no longer just fighting for love. They are fighting for the part of themselves that has always belonged to Belly, the part they cannot share. Belly feels it breaking around her. She remembers nights filled with laughter on the porch, when the world seemed simple, and the three of them were just kids chasing fireflies. Those memories feel like ghosts now, haunting her every choice. She wishes she could go back, but the truth is there is no way back. The path forward is filled with choices she cannot avoid. On the outside, the summer looks perfect. The waves still crash in rhythm. The stars still scatter across the sky. The sand still warms beneath bare feet. But inside the beach house, cracks are spreading fast. Every room feels smaller, every word heavier, every moment more dangerous. This summer is not only about who Belly will choose, it is about whether their bond can survive at all. As the night falls and the house grows quiet, the storm between them builds. It waits, patient and powerful, ready to break the surface. And when it does, no one will leave untouched. The walls of the beach house remember everything. They remember the sound of children's feet running down the hallway, the slam of the screen door as they rushed outside, the endless laughter that spilled into summer nights. They remember whispered secrets on the staircase, tears quietly hidden behind closed doors, and promises made under the soft hum of the ceiling fan. Time has passed, but the house still carries every moment, as if it refuses to let them go. Now the laughter has grown quieter, replaced by silences that do not feel empty but heavy. The voices that once rang with certainty now stumble, unsure of what to say. The house listens to all of it, holding each word and each pause like pages in a book that is reaching its final chapter. On the porch, the wooden boards still creak under their weight, but the sound is no longer carefree. Belly stands there, staring out at the horizon, where the ocean swallows the sun. She thinks of every summer that has brought her here, how each one shaped her, how each one pushed her toward the moment she now faces. The house has seen her grow from a girl with daydreams into someone who must carry the weight of love that is no longer simple. Inside, Jeremiah leans against the kitchen counter, his hand gripping the edge as if it can anchor him. His voice is softer when he speaks, but the tremor in it reveals the storm beneath his calm surface. He asks questions he already knows the answers to, yet he cannot stop himself. He wants the truth, even if it breaks him. Conrad, standing in the doorway, does not answer right away. He looks at the floor, then at Belly, and the silence stretches like a chasm between them. The house absorbs this moment too. The fragile pause before words spill out that can never be taken back. The night deepens. The house groans against the sea breeze, as if it knows the weight pressing down inside it. It has been the keeper of summers filled with joy, but now it feels the tension in its beams, the heartbreak lingering in its rooms. Every corner carries both love and loss, and it seems almost alive, almost aware that its role is coming to an end. This house has been their shelter, their memory, their heart, but it also knows that not every summer lasts. Some must close, no matter how deeply the people inside wish to hold on. The waves outside keep crashing, steady and endless. The house listens, holds, remembers. It knows that by the time the tide changes again, everything inside it may never be the same. The storm does not begin with thunder. It begins with a single word, dropped into the room like a stone into still water. Conrad says something sharp, almost careless, and Jeremiah catches it before it can sink. His reply is louder, faster, carrying years of frustration he has tried so hard to bury. Belly stands between them, but this time silence will not hold. The air shifts, heavy and charged, as if even the house has been waiting for this moment. Outside, the wind picks up, pushing the waves higher against the shore. Inside, voices rise to match it. Jeremiah's words come rushing, fueled by anger and hurt, spilling truths he never wanted to say aloud. He tells Conrad that he is tired of being the shadow, tired of being the one who is always second. His voice cracks, but his eyes burn with fire. For once, he refuses to hold back. Conrad does not flinch. He stands tall, his silence breaking into sharp edges, his every word slow and deliberate, cutting through the noise like lightning through the sky. He accuses Jeremiah of not understanding, of loving only the easy parts, of stepping in when the hardest moments were already breaking him apart. Every sentence lands heavy, leaving the air thick and unsteady. Belly feels the storm pulling her apart. The room is full of echoes, every word bouncing off the walls and crashing back harder than before. She wants to speak, to calm the tide, but her voice feels trapped in her chest. This is not just about love anymore. It is about brothers, about years of unspoken jealousy, about wounds that never healed. It is about everything they have carried in silence, now crashing all at once. The storm outside finally breaks. Rain lashes against the windows. Thunder rumbles deep in the distance, and the house shakes with the wind. The fight inside grows louder, raw, and unrestrained, as if nature itself has joined the conflict. The ocean roars, the sky tears open, and the three of them are caught in a moment that feels endless. In the middle of it all, Belly finally speaks. Her words cut through the storm, trembling but firm. She admits that she cannot run from the truth any longer, that her heart has been torn in two for too long, and that this summer will end with a choice, no matter how much it hurts. Her voice trembles, but it stops the brothers for a breath. A pause filled with rain, thunder, and the pounding of their hearts. The storm outside rages on, but inside the house the silence that follows is heavier than the shouting. Each of them knows nothing will ever return to what it once was. Something has broken, something has shifted, and now all that remains is the question of how the summer will end. The storm has passed, but its shadow lingers. Morning comes slow and pale, with the sun hidden behind heavy clouds. The beach is quiet, the air damp with the smell of rain, the world washed clean but not healed. Inside the house, the silence is heavier than any shouting. It drifts through the rooms, pressing against every wall, every step, every breath. Belly sits on the porch, knees pulled close, staring at the shoreline where the tide creeps back in. The sand is scattered with broken shells, pieces left behind after the storm. She cannot help but feel the same way, split, pulled apart, scattered in directions she cannot gather together. Her heart aches with the weight of the choice she knows she must make. But for the first time, she sees how much this choice is not only hers, it belongs to all of them. And whatever she decides will change everything. Inside, Jeremiah is at the table, his hands curled around a mug he never drinks from. His voice from the night before still echoes in his chest, every word spilling back to him sharper than he intended. He wonders if he has said too much, if his anger has burned through what he meant to protect. His love has always been steady, but last night showed him that even steady things can break. Conrad lingers in the doorway, the weight of silence wrapped around him. He is not angry now, but weary, worn by the storm he never wanted to unleash. His words, once sharp, now feel like wounds he gave without care. He tells himself he has always tried to protect her, to protect everyone, but he knows protection has often looked like distance, and distance has left scars just as deep. The house holds all of it, the stillness, the regret, the unspoken words. It has seen storms before, but never one that left the air this heavy. Every creak of its floors, every sway of its walls, seems to carry the question none of them can escape. What now? The silence stretches long, and for once, no one rushes to fill it. Belly closes her eyes and listens to the waves, steady now, calmer than the night before. She wonders if the ocean has always known the truth, if it has always tried to show her that love is both beautiful and brutal, that it gives and it takes, that it is never simple. This summer is slipping through their hands, and each of them feels it. Time is moving, pulling them forward whether they are ready or not. The storm has ended, but the choice it left behind waits like the tide, unavoidable, unstoppable, and closer with every passing moment. The last days arrive quietly, without warning. The house that once felt endless now feels smaller, as if it knows its role in their lives is nearly over. The mornings are softer, the nights sharper, every moment pressed deep into memory. Each of them moves through the space with the awareness that this summer will never return. Belly walks the shoreline one last time, her footprints fading as the waves chase them away. She thinks about the girl she was when this all began, the one who dreamed of love like a fairy tale, who believed summer would always stay golden. That girl is gone now, replaced by someone who has learned that love is not about perfection, but about the choices that shape who we become. Jeremiah stands with his back to the ocean, looking at her with eyes that hold both hope and heartbreak. His love has always been steady, a light that never flickered, and she feels the warmth of it even now. Yet she also sees the cracks the storm left behind, the pain of always being compared to someone else. Conrad watches from a few steps away, his silence no longer an armor, but a truth laid bare. He has hurt her, pushed her away, but he has also carried her in every quiet corner of his heart. His love is not easy, not gentle, but it is real, and it pulls at her like the tide pulls at the sea. The choice lies heavy in her chest. She knows there is no perfect answer, no way to love without leaving someone broken. For the first time, she understands that growing up means accepting that love can hurt, that sometimes the right path is the one that changes everything. She turns, her eyes steady, her breath caught in the moment. The silence around her feels endless, but in it, there is also clarity. This summer has been about more than just love. It has been about becoming, about letting go of the past, about facing the storm, about choosing who she is and who she wants to be. The waves crash, the wind lifts, the beach stretches wide. She knows what her heart has decided. The house, the brothers, the ocean, all of them wait as she steps forward into the final chapter. Every summer has a story, but not every story has a happy ending. This is the summer that changes everything. Fade out.